Okay, now we have a terrible, terrible mistake. I finished the Act 2 without changing the screen, so everything that we do, we did not see. So, in order to have something to upload later on, we are going to, let's say, recreate what we actually did. So, for the few things we actually did aside from finishing the freaking act and letting no one else see what it does, we have to go to the city. In here, in cat,
Joke on this!
we found the tombstone, which was pretty close by to
Bag
the
of
entrance.
bones!
That's this one. This is the one that had nothing. We found the other half of the amulet right here. And we kept it to the tomb of the ground. This one, nothing. And we got those stuff are thin one we already have. I wonder if the it's 29 is 24.
Well, well, look at this.
Damage. Oh, this is 49% damage. That's almost maximum amount. Sadly, this is not better than the one I got. See this one. More mana. We are looking to have more resistances in that. In this one. Now people already know that
You flat!
what's going on in the game in the story so far. We can kind of hope to do the whole series from 0 to endgame. Sadly, most of them are underrated. Will not get. You are not in any kind of experience out of this, so that's good. And we use the coordinates now. In here, we reach the Lost. In the Lost City, this was one hell of a map.
Another notch on me helmet.
things that I rendered while recording the original video was that it was justifying that you use your
Breathe this
you
in!
only have two main damage types in using this method. One is physical fire, and the other one is physical damage. Poison damage also works, but in this situation was far not directly for
Giant bug!
for physical damage. And even if you have enemies that are resistant to poison, you will still break the armor because you are doing physical damage. You will then unlock a gem that calls Plague, and Plague will more likely deal physical damage. Physical, the answer is simply breaking their armor, and in case of fire damage, the sole justification is to add some fire penetration in one of the rooms. Is usually one of the final gems you are going to link to your next skill. Also from Battlefield Passage 3, you will have like kinetic 40%. Oh my god, you are taking me to the entrance? Really? So adding the level 3 or level 2, I don't remember, fire penetration gem will most likely penetrate like 80% of the resistance from any enemy. Oh. So yes,
One
that
down.
will not
Who's
be a
next?
problem. You just prepare a fix for the secret items in the Atlas found by a few. If you attempt to run and man and it fails, you will need to restart the game in 5 minutes. Well, we are really far behind, so that will not be a problem for us. Keep going on. I highly doubt that we have any interactions in the chat, but we're going to place chat.
Make a wish!
Oh, this one was way gentler than the first one that took forever. Also, this one took quite a while to fulfill to reach the boss.
Slaves!
They're not exactly slaves, they are guardians. They are constructs. Their sole purpose is to fulfill what they were summoned. Now, let's try to ramble about something else that I did not talk about in the actual book, and instead, I'm finding that there's a few changes made to the skill tree for the merc that I'm really loving. Having this system that increases your road speed so early on and only being 3 notes Fantastic. Having to listen that below time. You may not consider it much, but remember that you have to alternate between throwing grenades and detonating them. You might say, but invest in reducing the time for your grenades. That is a valid answer. But if you want more damage, you will need to always go for a longer shooting time and it's not a significant amount of damage. So, didn't use to always detonate your grenades. Will get you to kill more damage and make the game more viable for the later on. I know you might want to get anything useful out of this? No. Right, let's for example use this one if we need it. We're finally in 20%. That is the prime example why I do love the bumping build. In Abyssal, every single node for the new leeches and creatures popping out of the ground, you will clear it just using this.
Holds a new loyalty now.
Shut up.
I was mortal then.
My king nears.
Here it comes!
And now you're dead.
He didn't want me.
In here,
None remember my name. I awoke from my I ask you.
All right then. If fire's what frees you,
Lord,
keep away.
death. Thank you.
now we have three the water gun that has been in this blade for long. From this, we got the essence of the water, from the truth, from the gods. Long forgotten by this posterity. Our next step was to swap. And let's see. We're not going to use. Let's save this to our collection. Here we are full on this. And these two we can place. This is I'm not interested. I mean this ring is
I hear you.
really
No need to
garbage.
rush. Take care.
Okay. Well, now our next step was going to once we clear this, we head to the Tomb of the Giants. Oh, give me a second. Give me a solid second. I need to drain the water from the air conditioner. Otherwise, I look to have it. I'm sorry for that. As I live in an apartment, and installing an air conditioning is like a more definitive stuff. And we are probably going to move really soon. And
Smoke him
that's why I
out!
invested in a more portable one will be useful. It's really good, to be honest. But even though we cannot fill the gaps, and you may hear from many of the streams that there is God Spirit Gem. Quite a lot of noise coming from the outside. It's pretty much because the windows does not mitigate the sound enough. And having that little gap there will pretty much make the air conditioning work less effectively, because you are always having a part of the air conditioning. Air conditioning will always escape to the windows. But aside from that, I'm pretty happy with the results from this purchase. The sole problem is that you should actually place the water tube that drains the water into a drain, but we only have one bathroom, and it's quite far away from where we are. And as it doesn't push the water with much pressure, you will find that I'm pretty much sure it's going to fill the small reservoir that comes into the machine, and it will stop working if it finds itself full of water. Hasn't happened to me before, but it's something that is stated in the manual. Visual manual for it.
Make a wish!
Not like I'm going to break of anything just doing that, but it's a problem that I might not want to keep. So the sole fix for that problem was simply to add the power bucket
Simple enough.
close to the air conditioning so it can drain by purely gravity to the exact place it should be going. This was something. Here's the manual. We actually selected the duration one. We appreciate that in this map there is a small portal that now takes you to the center point, the entrance of your map, and you don't have to run all the way back. Actually, you have to do it 3 times. Abyss. find in this one. Our helmet is quite good, to be honest. What else can we place in this one? Herbalism increases recovery from life flash. While active, deal 50% damage but low on life. While supported gem is active. We can vitality. Yes. You can add vitality to it. And it's always a regeneration point. I wonder if they kept the Spectral Guard as a aura skill. It's a free extra gem. You can, without any cost of spirit, aside from obviously the ones that you are going to add by modifying this actual gem, you can have more than the actual gems for more modifications.
Oh, that's one down.
Spirit Mountain. Almost full, but we are full of crap. Okay. That's it. But we'll find the third portal.
Smoke him out!
And it's right here. We'll go back. Now we can go to the Titan's Grab. In here, we sadly had to widen my turns to reach the exact station we wanted to go. And also we bypassed another of the treasures that we could actually find. Superior stuff, and I'm pretty much sure we have to go back. We do want to extract the blacksmith whetstone out of it.
No need to rush. I shall put this to use.
So,
Goodbye.
we go back. We got the other two. We can do this. One. Still don't know, but I know that detection requires part of your evasion rate. And when you click on the node for iron reflexes, your total evasion rating becomes 0. And it's like
Make a
taking
wish!
for everyone. So you cannot benefit, if I'm not mistaken, from deflection using the iron reflexes. The point is that many of the skill nodes that give extra armor or part of your armor. This is going to be something good to break. And added to elemental damage, meaning that you can mitigate hard damage for any kind of element that is close to where we are right now in the Pattern skill tree, is designed for the tendency, the tactician, if I'm not mistaken, because he has in defensive branch out of it a boost to the deflection. And it's not like we cannot do the same, but I find that this is for skills. The iron reflexes synergizes better when you use spectral guard, because that 50% penalty that we are going to suffer from here on out is quite significant. And transforming a great amount of that evasion for extra armor is a necessity, more or less. Now, getting this, you get the ruby that always kept these things warm. We gave it to Sarka,
Speak
which
up!
gave us
Jamin Ra can control the sand. We would have.
the horn that we then got to the gate and blowed it. Once the horn was done, we could get access to the shard.
Yes, farewell.
Okay, this one and this one. In the shard, we have to follow the whole map in order to find exactly where we have to go, and even then we left something without investigation, which is not that important. Just a simple extra drop and game changer on the wars for clearing this. I mean, it's just a treasure, you see? It's not something like, for example, this that add lightning resistance, or something that will be objectively important. at the end of the game. Forgotten Hollow. And well, we got the thing that we left behind in previous iteration. In here, we finally unlocked the third room in this section, and it unlocks a new vault. So the looks of it, this is the other one where we fight the two vultures. Ah, yes. Makana brothers. Now with that done, we only need to go and find the entrance to their next section. Okay, here we're already getting experience, so let's not go out here more than we need to. We want to be way too over level, because we're still trying to see how those tornadoes behave, because any build that where you have an extra level for wonders anywhere.
Simple enough.
This one we might want. That's the leeching one ain't bad, because adding leech to any skill like increases the mana cost from that ability for threefold.
Bye bye! Bloody horrors!
Anyways, we are going to keep. That's not going to be a problem. At least not right now. We have encountered points where we needed to use many mana potions to refill or reserve, but nothing that a higher grade potion haven't fixed. Whenever we reach the ultimate mana potion and we still lack enough mana for that, is when we are going to take in consideration use a leeching wood. But as I mentioned, having the ability to gain another rune, another gem, I mean another slot out of this, that is extra, is completely yours. To add more
Let's see what's inside.
Regeneration without having to go on actual spirit cost will gives us the opportunity to run both regeneration auras and clarity auras. You know that that's no longer an aura you activate as previous Path of Exile 1, but a gem modifier to any of the heralds or actual auras that are running.
Smoke him out!
And that can generally fix your mana problem without major issues. There's also field pressure that leads to the fire. Took damage, but I don't know for what. Dead end.
Dead wretch!
Oh my god, I don't know why people need to put motorcycles to make a major amount of noises. They will get deaf by the noise eventually. In here, found mere chance. They trying to give us a extra 10% lightning resistance. Obviously we're going to change for amulet eventually, having that 49% extra damage in this section of game is something that you don't want to replace. Even if that gives you a minus 30% resistance bonus, that is something that you can actually fix by having resistances. So we are going to change, for example, one of the stone charms for another one. For example, the bow damage one. Or for now, as we are reaching the Act 3, the major element that is present in that act is fire. Body boom for more HP. More defense. Having extraordinary high amount of armor relation is something that we're going to need to make the build viable in the end. Even though I don't know how it's going to behave, because Spectral Guard before only works taking 35% of your armor and evasion. Now having 50% less, that amount is added as an extra layer of HP. Now having it to also protect me from damage. something that really save us on later mapping. I know I didn't stop rambling in the first videos that is mainly the Achilles heel from that build. I haven't tested it again when those two change.
That's one down.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I have enough armor to mitigate at least 70% or 80% of the damage, even with the penalty. Having that reduced to a 50% will mean that I will be more susceptible to damage. And good. Spectral garbage also works for mitigating physical damage too. So yes, I will need to be essentially a new HP layer that will always replenish by itself after a set amount of time. It doesn't care if you take damage or not, it will replenish itself at like 8 seconds. And that was only fixable by increasing the level of the game.
The time of the Faradin is nigh.
This it! Need a sec.
Now it's time for the explosive grenades.
Need more mana. More time.
After this, we saw the caravan heading the other way. So, without any delay, we ran with Asala.
Yes?
We followed our enemy into the Dreadnought. And this was our last map. Or let's say, previous to last.
You're paying. Whatever you say, boss.
Oh, I didn't notice this. Oh, nice shot.
This war ends today, one way or another.
You say? He did not say that last time. One way or another, the war is that one side dies, one side surrenders. Which probably to the history of these guys, that will not be an option. And he's willing to be part of it, to just a
Reloaded!
paying nothing, she is already giving you service for moving to B. Okay, promises of doing well that never reaches. Okay, now we have to decide where to go. Now you see this is something that I might want to have. But later on, when we define if deflection rating will keep working if we have iron reflexes, taking the evasion rating from the equipment before turning it into 0, because adding this 30% and more resistance to the elements is something that I'm really interested in. This one is going to be surely our next step. Chance to evade is unlucky, chance to deflect is lucky, meaning that you will always take the highest value for that. And we also have this that may add for more. Let's see, because if this penalty is way too high, is that even evasion rating at the end was not good enough. It was like 20% or something like that, and having the penalty of 50% less, it hurts quite a bit. And this one, if you don't add the whole point in concentration, you will not get the damage, the extra damage. So yes. You see, we have a deflection rating in or defense layer right there. Just that it is just 1%. Deflection decreases the damage. Deflection resistance provides a chance to deflect damage from hits, not magic, hits, preventing 40% of the damage from those hits. Exact chance to deflect also depends on target accuracy. I thought this was from evasion. Really? Deflection is from accuracy. Now this is something I did not take into consideration. I solely thought that deflection came from evasion. Meaning that it will be 3, 5, 7, or 8%. So means 3, 5, 7, 9, probably 10, 11, 13, or maybe 14% to deflect, and we can change this to have twice for the better value. Benefit from the armor applied to it, but for that we definitely need, because they return. Aha! Here it is. We have the answer here. It turns deflect ratio to 0, because you cannot evade that. And I do remember that I needed to reach very far here to add part of this as elemental damage, meaning that I have 30% for elemental damage. And even here we kept moving forward to, for example, this. It was somewhere around here for here. And in here we left this side untouched. Now if we save this and placed it here, fully knowing that this will not benefit us for any kind of reasons, but having the 30% extra doesn't make sense, right? Not at all. I'm sure that doesn't make sense. And here we can also get 5 extra percent for armor, 50% armor too. Bleeding is something that we're not interested in. Let's search for armor. Let's search for, we should say, elemental. And here we can see, oh, look at this. This is also new. This was not here before. Now, this was something solely for banner use. Now, we will no longer gain deflection out of this one. Gain deflection and 20% increase block chance. 20% is applied to increase essence and increase glory generation, which we don't care at all. We see still banner is here. But this means that I don't need to reach all the way here. And maybe if I'm interested, I can delirium this. And have 15, 20, 26, 32. Ooh. 46, 51, and 60. And depending how much I want to apply to it, up to like 60%. And not have this precisely. And do not waste point in this and place them here. And this one we might skip because it's just 5%. This, ooh, prison guard. This is better than this. Maybe, but that depends on how much armor we have. Okay.
Breathe this in!
Enough to recover. Let's finish this.
Back the wrong road.
Patient rating, ready to found. I don't expect to be able to find any modifier to projectile level at this level. Having that makes me believe fire for armor.
Reloaded!
That means that I can reach that my armor will always be effective to reduce part of the elemental damage. And let's say, for example, that is only elemental. Let's make that very obvious. I wonder if I can believe the chaos damage. That's still my I think that I work more.
Another notch on my helmet.
Okay, we reach here. We kill.
You again. The fool
The
under
king.
the hooded one's sway. Do you even know what he is? No matter. You'll find my king far more capable than Count Gianor.
The Count
My
Gianor.
king, take the power you were promised. Put an end to this nuisance.
The Sigma of the Aldur. Bow before your king.
The Medicats are bound, kings.
Choke on this!
You are finished.
Lord, my people, the era of the Farragut is now!
We're running out of time. End this.
Now he's severed.
I will hold this oppressor at bay! I don't have time for this! Stand! Bend to my will! Impede my enemies! 10,000 spears! Cannot give up!
We really need to upgrade the armor breaking crate. Seems like it will last quite a lot.
The manifest will grab the era of the Farragut is now! Die! Ulasakama!
Boss lady!
You have accomplished.
This is not over. Not yet. I return you to the embrace of death!
And he's dead. Okay.
It is done.
Even though that's a really common unique. Why did we get?
Beyond when you are ready. Go.
Okay. Now we have. Disabled. That's not interesting. I wonder if I can use my level 9 skill. And where should I use it? These are not interesting for me at all. And I guess that we have to use gas to increase what we're going to do to clear our next act. Now the the last thing that we actually found was this, the School of the Titans. In here, we learn from another journal that the Calgorans also visited these lands, meaning that they are really into the break blast.
Reload.
And they're recording that the people and the giants seem to coexist because the weapons and the giants themselves have something in common despite their size. And that's it, that the power from mostly gives or builds these people are gems, powers that they want to unleash. But if we take the words from the other Calgorans for granted, is that they do not benefit. They cannot
I'll make Farrell
awaken.
want to see this.
They cannot awaken the powers from the gems in their bodies, but we do, as we can only benefit a little bit from the runes, and not as much as Berisian as we are doing right now. These powers that require rune blood is something that is solely for Calgoran people. So we're no longer Imperial, and we're becoming something else. The truth is that they have failed, because the Calgoran are still very few people. For what we know, there are like only 6 or 7 of them, including now Farrell. And well, that was exactly what we tried to do when we failed the recording. Now we talk to
Yes?
Sakala and we pursue the beast.
So, we mark the trail connect.
And after doing this, we reach the... I wonder, before we're going to talk to we reach the Act 3 again.
Young one,
Probably the second one.
stay inside.
Probably with Sin.
What have you learned? The art when you are time is short. Make haste.
Perhaps... Oh, we just teleport. We went to the Sunset Marsh, and we quickly get to the Ziggurat Village, where we left our next venture. Now, finally doing this, I can feel a bit more easy to upload this, and hopefully forget about the fail. And a lesson is learned to always check what you are streaming. Now, getting this done, we can go and say goodbye. See you on the next one.